Have you ever watched an actor and felt like you were looking through a window into someone's real, complicated, messy soul? Not just a performance, but a transmission of pure, uncut humanity?
That's a powerful way to put it, Joe. And today, we're talking about an artist who did exactly that for over 6 decades, a true force of nature. We lost the phenomenal Diane Ladd, who passed away on Monday at the age of 89.
89 years old. A career that spanned over 200 films and television shows. It's not just a loss, it's the end of an era. Her daughter, the brilliant Laura Dern, announced her passing in a statement that was just heartbreakingly beautiful.
It was. She called her mother my amazing hero and my profound gift. She said she passed away at her home in Ojai, California, with Laura right there beside her. It paints such a tender picture of a profoundly deep bond, one that wasn't just familial, but intensely creative.
And let's be clear about the sheer scale of her talent. This wasn't just a Hollywood journeyman. Diane Ladd was a 3-time Academy Award nominee. First, for Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore in 1974, where she played the sharp-tongued waitress Flo. That role also won her a BAFTA.
A role that was so iconic, it literally inspired the hit sitcom Alice. But what's truly remarkable, and what gets to the heart of her story, are her other 2 Oscar nominations. For Wild at Heart in 1990 and Rambling Rose in 1991. And who did she star opposite in both of those films? Her own daughter, Laura.
That's the core of this story, isn't it? It's not just about a great actress passing away. It's about a creative dynasty. For Rambling Rose, both Diane and Laura were nominated for Oscars in the same year. That was the first time in Academy history that a mother and daughter had ever achieved that.
Think about that. The pressure, the pride, the complexity of that relationship. Hollywood is a notoriously difficult place, especially for women. It can be competitive and unforgiving. Yet here were these 2 women, mother and daughter, not just surviving, but reaching the absolute pinnacle of their craft, side by side.
And they weren't just novelty pairings. Their on-screen chemistry was electric because it was real. In David Lynch's Wild at Heart, Ladd played the monstrous, domineering mother to Dern's Lula. Laura Dern once described that character as the Wicked Witch of the East, West, North, and South. It was a terrifying, brilliant, over-the-top performance that Ladd completely owned.
It takes an incredible amount of trust to go to those dark places with a director like Lynch, let alone with your own mother as your scene partner. Laura shared this beautiful tribute, saying, "She was the greatest daughter, mother, grandmother, actress, artist, and empathetic spirit that only dreams could have seemingly created." That speaks volumes about the woman she was beyond the screen.
Let's get into the analysis here, because Ladd's technique deserves it. She had this incredible ability to be both terrifying and hilarious, often in the same breath. Look at her role as the proud, slightly unhinged mother, Nora, in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's a comedic role, but she plays it with such grounded reality that it becomes iconic. She wasn't just delivering lines, she was building a complete person, quirks and all.
She brought a fierce authenticity to working-class women. She wasn't playing a Hollywood idea of a waitress or a struggling mother. She was playing the real thing. You could feel the grit under her fingernails. It's no surprise she was a cousin of the great playwright Tennessee Williams. That raw, Southern, emotional truth was in her blood.
And what if she hadn't taken that path? She was apparently offered a scholarship to study law. Imagine that fiery intelligence in a courtroom. But she chose acting. She met her first husband and Laura's father, Bruce Dern, doing a Tennessee Williams play. Art was her destiny, and through her, it became Laura's.
It makes you wonder about the conversations they must have had. In fact, they published a book of their conversations just last year called Honey Baby Mine. Ladd had initially tried to talk Laura out of acting, warning her how brutal the industry is about appearance. But Laura insisted, saying, "It is all I knew." And Ladd eventually saw that gift in her and championed it.
That's the ultimate legacy, isn't it? It's not just the 3 Oscar nominations or the BAFTA or the Golden Globe, it's the history they made. On November 1st, 2010, Diane Ladd, Laura Dern, and Bruce Dern all received adjoining stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The first time an entire family was honored together like that.
It's a perfect metaphor. 3 stars intertwined, a permanent mark on the landscape of American storytelling. Diane Ladd was a fireball, an actress of immense power and precision. But she was also a matriarch who nurtured one of the great talents of the next generation. She didn't just leave behind a filmography, she left behind a living, breathing continuation of her art.
She was a force, a true original. From Scorsese to David Lynch, from broad comedy to heartbreaking drama, she could do it all. And she did it all with a truthfulness that is increasingly rare. Rest in peace, Diane Ladd.
She's flying with her angels now.
This podcast combines verified reports with expert analysis and narrative storytelling. Some dialogues may be dramatized for clarity, but all facts are sourced from credible media.